Hello, my name is Ilona and this is going to be my last video before I'm going to take some time off. I will be back on the 2nd of August, so I'm just going to take time off till then. I won't be on social media. This will probably be one of the last things I will post on my Telegram channel, and then I'm just going to leave it at that. Unplug, relax, do my own thing. Monday the dogs will come that I usually take care of, or dog sit once a week, and I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm just going to do my own thing. I'm probably going to have some withdrawals because I'm so used to watching Telegram and watching all the news coming in. So I just have to wait and see how things will go. In this video, at least my Dutch video, I've taken a look at the energy of the Netherlands and what's ahead, Belgium, and I've taken a look at the global energies. So with the Netherlands, the first card is the Queen of Cups. The central card is the Knight of Wands. The card in the past is the Hanged Man. The Magician underneath the Knight of Wands, so that's interesting. And for the future ahead, we have the Strength card and the Ace of Cups. So to me this feels like, especially with this card, the white hats are showing their faces, more and more truths are coming out, especially what's going on right now in the Netherlands with the farmers. There will be more actions. Of course, The Hague is still trying to control things. It's not going to work. It's falling apart. And I think more and more people are starting to see this. There is a lot of support from the people in the Netherlands for the farmers, for fishermen, for what's going on. People are starting to understand what's really going on. So it's really about waking up people. What's very interesting is the Queen of Cups. So it's very important to connect. And I think the emphasis, especially with this one in the future as well, the Ace of Cups, will be onto emotions and feelings and connecting with positive feelings. This is about a new beginning, emotional beginning. And I think that a lot of people in the Netherlands and probably worldwide are really wanting to connect. And I think humanity just wants to connect. We've really been divided for so long. They're still trying these techniques. They're still trying to create like this, the farmers against the people of the Netherlands. You know, they're still trying to create, that is the dark energies in the media. Try to create chaos, they're trying to create this divide, and it's not going to work. People are really seeing through all these things. So it's very important now, for at least in the Netherlands, to really step into our power and start manifesting what we want, start initiating things. What do we want for education? What do we want for food? I've already mentioned in another video, get your food locally with farmers. There's so much in the Netherlands, so many farmers you can just go to and buy from the farmers. So very important to just see what is good for you, follow your own directions, follow your own path. And I think a lot of people in the Netherlands are really stepping up to that and really understanding that this is really about getting into our own strength and understanding that we are way more powerful than anything else, than really the government or anything else. So we need to start connecting with people. We need to start connecting with our own strength, start manifesting from that strength, or start taking action from what feels right to us. And that connection is so important, so we can start connecting with people around us, and especially in the Netherlands, the time ahead. The connection will be very important. So I think more groups will connect and help out each other, and more people are waking up and starting to see what is important, what needs to, the focus needs to be put on, what is so important to follow, what actions, things like that. I think a real change is coming in the Netherlands, so very interesting. I also got cards for Belgium. That is the Six of Pentacles, that's the first card. I have the Queen of Swords as the central card. I've got the Emperor in the past. I've got the Tower, that's underneath the central card. And I have the King of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and I've got an extra card, which is the Devil, for like the period ahead, the energy ahead. Now this is very interesting because in Belgium, it's very important people starting to understand, you know, what is true, what isn't true. So this is about discernment. I do believe that people are going to wake up, but it's going to be more dramatic. It almost feels like a bit against their will. In the Netherlands, I have a feeling that it will come from the people of the Netherlands. And in Belgium, it's more like it's happening, like to them, like the structures are going to fall apart. And I think a lot of people that are just not awake are going to be terrified of what's going on. But especially with this card, this is of course the white hats to me. So I do believe that they are behind the scenes, making sure people are waking up. And it can be terrifying for people that are completely not woke and not awake and do not understand what's going on. This is about shining a light on the devil, on the dark energy of what's going on, what's been going on for so long. In Belgium, we have very important institutions like the European Union. Of course, I believe 6 months they're there, and then they're of course somewhere else, which just costs a lot of money and is completely impractical, but I'm sure it has a reason. I'm sure the dark energies want something with that, but ultimately it's about shining a light on the dark. It needs to be shown to people. People need to understand what's going on so they can start balancing things. If you really want to heal things, people need to understand what's been going on. So to me, it feels like in Belgium, things can get very hectic. That doesn't mean for the people that are awake, but this is especially for the people that are not awake, and there are still some in Belgium. So that can be terrifying for them. It can be scary for them. So it's very important for the people that are, of course, awake to really step into their powers and just keep calm. That's the best way to do it. But I believe in Belgium, a lot of shaking up is going to happen. A lot of the dark energies, it's just popping up and showing itself, and people will need to deal with that. And it's going to be tougher than in the Netherlands. That's the feeling I'm getting from these cards. So I also taken a look at the global energies of what's coming time ahead. We have the 10 of Pentacles. We have the High Priestess as the central card. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. That's for the past. Underneath the High Priestess, we have the High Priest. So that's an interesting combination. And then for the future ahead, we have the Four of Swords and we have the Page of Swords. And I have an extra card I just pulled for what the just the theme will be for the time ahead. And that's Judgment. So globally, we are now in this position of people, they're trying to wake up as many people as possible. We are really in this transformative period. This is about letting go of things that do not suit us anymore. We are really about cleaning. This is a cleansing period. So we are really now in the chaotic period. I do believe that the white hats are in control, but the dark energies still have some things they can work on smaller scales. If they still had the power on a larger scale, they would have done it by now. They would have done things by now to gain control. So to me, this feels like they don't have that option anymore. So they can still do false flags, smaller scale things, but ultimately they don't have that much control anymore, and it is falling apart. But still, do not underestimate them. But it's very interesting. For the central card, we have the High Priestess, and to me it feels like this veil, because this is a bit of a mysterious card. This is about secrets, things aren't clear, and I think more and more the veil is being lifted. And I'm talking about all these dark energies. To me, the High Priest has dark energies as well, just like the Devil card. It's showing itself. All these veils are falling. They don't have the secrecy anymore, because their biggest protection for all this time is that people didn't know about them. They didn't know about the World Economic Forum. They didn't know about BlackRock and all these companies owning all these other companies. They weren't aware of all these connections, and it's now coming to light. The veil is falling. The illusion is falling away. And it's very important that we follow as humanity, our intuition. So we're really starting to fully understand what's going on, and that we can connect with our spiritual side and understand that we are spiritual beings in a human experience. And that is a very different way to approach life. So globally, it's very important that we start to change that perspective, because this is about balance and perspective. And I think we're changing the perspective that we are spiritual beings in a human experience, and not that we're just our bodies, because that's a very different way of looking at things. And it's about the veil falling, all these mysteries, all these secrecy is falling away. People are starting to see the dark energies for what they are and what they've been doing. And all the manipulation, of course, we let that happen. We need to understand, we need to heal that. We need to understand what's been going on, because if we don't, it can happen again. We need to fully understand, and that's why it's so important that people are starting to see the truth. What people will do with it is up to each individual, because that's has to do with soul contract. It has to do with wanting to wake up, being aware enough. There are going to be people that will not be open for that, and that of course is their choice. This is a free will area, which, you know, you cannot force someone to wake up or start seeing things your way, or, you know, just open for other truths. People have to make that decision, and in a way be glad, because otherwise, if I could decide for someone else to wake up, then that other person could decide for me to fall asleep again, apparently. So, you know, if that works that way. So we all have to make that choice. This is free will. So that's important to understand. This is for the near future. That's the Four of Swords and the Page of Swords. To me, this feels like the wasp sting and the damages about the wasp sting. More and more information is coming out. Like I've said, I think in this video before, maybe in my Dutch video, how ridiculous things are coming out about drinking tea that could lead to clot, you know, blood clots and things like it's just getting insane. The information they're putting out just to make things that obviously are damages from the wasp sting, to come up with these ridiculous or how to say this. How do you say that? I'm figuring out how to, but they come up with things to clarify them or to explain them. Explanations, that was the word I was looking for. And they come up with ridiculous explanation. And I think more and more truths are coming out. More and more people are starting to understand there is so much going on with the wasp sting. And I see it around me. More people are getting sick. More people are leaving the earth plane. So we really are now in the cleansing period. This is judgment. This is about understanding what's going on. We are now in the chaotic period. Things are going to come up. It can be frightening for a lot of people. This is, of course, the card from the Belgium energy, but still, I think worldwide, a lot of people will be terrified who do not understand what's going on. And then it's so important for the people that are awake, that are aware, work with your energy. Start manifesting what you want. Focus on what you want. Do things that make you happy. And if things are triggered, things are happening in your life, look at it. Work with your shadow. It's so important right now. We have to do that. We have to understand what's really going on. We have to understand and accept fully our spiritual side, so that we understand how to deal with this and how to make sure that this doesn't happen again. So this is a very, very interesting period. Like I've said, this is probably going to be the last thing I'm going to post until the August 2nd. So I wish everyone a great time ahead. Enjoy yourself. Really, it's so important to really enjoy life. That will raise your vibration. And that's the way to starve the dark. And I want to leave it at this. And I hope to see you around the August 2nd. Bye.